everyone, and welcome. You are watching Gravenhurst Public Library's Junior Engineers. Woohoo! My name is Miss Jen. I'm the Child and Youth Services Librarian here at GPL. So March is an important month. It is National Engineering Month. And what that means is March is the month, it's the time of year when we celebrate and acknowledge all of the work that engineers do to keep everything running. So I thought we would start by talking about what exactly it is that engineers do and why we need to celebrate them. Engineers are the people who design, plan, build, and maintain all of the structures in our lives. So there are lots of different kinds of engineers that work on lots of different projects. So there are people like computer engineers who work on computers. There are civil engineers who work on construction and buildings, right? You can have engineers who work on airplanes, right? You can have engineers who work on rocket ships. You can have engineers who work on infrastructure in our towns. We have engineers for pretty much everything, and we want to thank them this month for everything that they do and learn a little bit about their craft. So to do that, each week I'm going to provide you with an engineering design challenge, a challenge for you to tackle. So every week you will get a Junior Engineers Take and Make bag, okay? And every week I'll post a video explaining the engineering design challenge for that week. Let's jump into this week's challenge, the Marshmallow Challenge. This week, I'm challenging you to build the tallest tower that you possibly can in 18 minutes using only 20 sticks of spaghetti, 1 yard of tape, 1 yard of string, and a whole marshmallow. The only rules are that your structure needs to be freestanding, which means you can't hang it from the ceiling. And your marshmallow has to be whole, so it has to remain a whole marshmallow, and it needs to be located on the top of your tower. Let's talk about the materials and tools that you have this week to tackle the Marshmallow Challenge. So in your Take and Make kit, you got a challenge instruction booklet, okay? So it outlines all of the materials that come in your bag. This week, you got the challenge instruction booklet, spaghetti, string, tape, a marshmallow, a paper measuring tape, as well as a large piece of brainstorm paper. It also outlines that you're going to need scissors, a writing tool, and of course, a timer. Your challenge sheet tells you what the weekly challenge is. Your instructions tells you what you're trying to accomplish here and the steps that you need to take to complete the challenge. So first, you're gonna watch this video and the weekly video. You will make the marshmallow tower. You'll make your tower using the engineering design process, which we're going to talk about in just a second. And then I want to ask all of you to please share some photos of your creations every week. So you can do that 2 different ways. You can send me an email at jennifer.whip@gravenhurst.ca, or you can just open up an internet browser and post it on the Junior Engineers Padlet, which you can get to by going to padlet.com/jwhip/GPL Junior Engineers. It's written right here in your step sheet, okay? All right, now that I've expressed to you how badly I want to see pictures, please, of all of your beautiful towers and creations each week, let's talk about how you're actually going to complete the weekly challenge. So I want all of you to use something called the engineering design process. Now, what is that? Engineering design process is just a set of steps. There's 5 steps that you complete when you are tackling a challenge or a problem, right? So when you have a job you have to do, these are the sets of steps that engineers would follow to help frame their thinking and avoid mistakes. So in the engineering design process, the first step, the very first thing you have to do is ask questions and define the problem. what's the problem you're trying to solve? What does it look like? What are the parameters, right? So you're gonna start with step number 1. And that, my friends, you can find in your challenge booklet, okay? Then step number 2 is you're gonna start imagining and brainstorming solutions to that problem. So you can either brainstorm using words and small pictures on your sheet here, or you can use your large piece of paper that you got to draw out a bigger plan, up to you. After you've brainstormed and kind of came up with some ideas, you are going to draw your plan. So you're gonna draw what you think your tower should look like. Remember to be thinking about engineering, right? So you're gonna be thinking about strong shapes like triangles, how to make a structure more stable by having a wide base, for example. So you're gonna think about things like that in your plan, okay? And then you're gonna write out what materials you'll need and what you're going to use. This week, the materials are pretty much set, but in the coming weeks, you're gonna get to choose from a selection of materials and decide what you want to use specifically. Okay, once you have created your plan, it's time to move on to step number 4 of the engineering design process, which is to create your tower and then test it, right? So you have a checklist here that tells you exactly what to do. So step 1 will be build your creation. So build your structure using only spaghetti, only 20 sticks of spaghetti, tape and string in just 18 minutes. Make sure the whole marshmallow is on the very top. And that reminds you to take a picture for the Padlet. And then you're gonna test it. So you're gonna let go of your structure, all hands off, okay? See, is it still standing? And if it is, how tall is it? You get to measure your structure and see how tall it is. And once you've done that, it's time to reflect and improve, okay? So that's the final step of the engineering design process, and that's what really helps us to become better engineers. Because every time we complete a project, we reflect on it. How did we do? How could we improve? How could we be better? What went wrong? What went right? So there's a spot here for you to write out what went wrong and what went right. And then I would love for you to mention that on your Padlet photo if you post a picture. How did it go? And how tall was your tower? Obviously, I want to see how tall everybody's is so that when I build mine, I can compare and we can see. But really, this isn't a competition. It's just a friendly, challenge that we all get to participate in and do, and I want to wish you good luck. Well, my friends, that is this week's Junior Engineering Design Challenge. The Marshmallow Challenge, woo! In the coming weeks, you can expect challenges to be building things like catapults, marble runs, possibly some flying machines or boats. And then for the final week in March, we will do a grand finale challenge. So make sure to tune in every week to the Junior Engineering video and to stop by every Thursday and grab your take and make from here at the library. Thanks all, and I'll see you next week. Good luck. Remember, everybody, build it your way because your way is probably the right way. Good luck, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.